All right, so again, I'm Jen. Thanks everyone for joining. This is going to be a Vintian style yoga class. If you haven't already started that playlist, go ahead and do it now. We're going to start on our backs today. So make your way down. Legs out long, or however you like. You want to bend the knees. The feet down on the mat, that's cool. Knees can fall in together, or Supta Baddha Konasana to start. So soles of the feet together, knees open up wide. I'm just going to take some nice deep breaths here, just kind of settling down into this space, into this moment. So take a deep breath in through your nose, and a long breath out through your mouth. Again, deep breath in. Long breath out, really emphasizing the exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale as you relax down into the mat. One more time, deepest breath in. And as you exhale, closing the eyes if you haven't already, allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm, in and out through the nose. As you begin to feel the weight of your body now, pressing down against the mat. So right away noticing those different points of contact here with the body against the floor. Then we'll just start scanning down mentally from the top of the head down to the toes. Just noticing how the body is feeling in this moment. If you're feeling a little restless or distracted, that's okay. Just noticing what that feels like in the body. And then shifting your attention now to your breath. Notice where in your body you feel the movement of your breath. So maybe that's in and out through the nose, or in the rising and falling of the chest or the belly. So just following the breathing here for a moment. And as soon as you get distracted, because it is inevitable, it will happen, just letting go of whatever distracted you, shifting back to the breath, back to those sensations in the body. And just for a second here, letting the mind be free to do whatever it wants to do. If it wants to think, let it think. No effort. And then shifting the attention back to the body now. Back to the weight. Pressing down. Envisioning that space around you. As you slowly begin to find some soft movement, starting with the fingers and the toes, eventually into the wrists and the ankles. And then a nice good morning stretch, arms reach up and overhead, toes point to the edge of the mat. Nice long body here. And then hugging both knees up into the chest, hands come to the top of the knees. You can rock side to side here. Just getting into that low back area. Maybe draw some circles with the knees one way and the other. And then keeping the right leg tucked in, send the left leg out long. Nice and active through both feet here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right knee over towards the left. Right arm opens up. So really emphasizing that right shoulder, drawing down towards the mat here. Big breaths into the belly here. And then shifting back to center now. Hug the left knee up to meet the right. Reset the spine. And then right leg extends long. Left knee hugging in still. Big inhale. Exhale, left knee to the right. So sending your gaze over towards that left hand if it feels okay in your neck. You can always send it up to the sky or to the right, just whatever feels best for you. One more round of breath here. And then shifting back to center, right knee meets the left. Find some movement, side to side. And then hands come to the back of the thighs and we'll rock front to back a few times along the spine. Or as many times as you feel like, and then eventually we'll meet in a nice tall seat. I like to sit up on a blanket or a block or whatever. Today it's a blanket. And it just helps drop the knees level with the hips, creating a nice long spine, good flow of energy. So we'll drop the chin to the chest here. Find a nice deep stretch in the back of the neck. Keep the spine nice and long. And then we're gonna send the gaze over to the right. So kind of a little, we're gonna move through like a half moon circle, except not really. So we're over to the right now. Okay, so you're feeling a stretch in the left side of your neck, hopefully. And then we'll come back down and over to the left. So little half circles here. Back down, chin to chest, over to the right. One more time, chin to chest, and to the left. Now from here, we're gonna draw a line with the nose, or rather finish the circle here with the nose. So up, and to the right. And pausing there. Maybe setting the gaze down towards your shoulder a little bit, getting a little deeper into the side of the neck. And then drawing that half circle back up with the nose, nice and slow, over to the left. Again, option to send the gaze down a little bit if that feels okay. And then back up, To the right. And one more time, up. To the left. Okay, now we're going to do a big circle with the nose. So chin to chest, to the right, and up. So try not to crunch the back of the neck here. To the left, and back down, chin to chest. Now we're going to reverse the circle. So to the left, up, to the right. So we're just being really nice to the neck today because, you know, sometimes the neck holds a lot of tension. So it needs a little extra love. Okay, chin to chest. And then we'll lift the head up. Okay, whichever leg you have in front here, go ahead and switch it. Back to your nice tall seat. And then left hand to the top of the right thigh. Right arm sweeps behind. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist. 2 more breaths here. Again, really emphasizing those exhales. And then shifting back to center. Right hand comes to the top of the left thigh. Left arm sweeps behind. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. 2 more breaths. So really breathing into the belly here. And I'll shift back to center. From here, we're coming into tabletop. So when you arrive, palms spread nice and wide. Wrists, elbows, shoulders stacked, knees and hips are nice and stacked. Okay, you know, inhale, drop the belly, send the gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest, pressing into the mat. Inhale, chest lifts, flaring the tailbone. Exhale, rounding through, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. And then just a couple on your own here, finding whatever feels good for you. So, you know, option to draw some circles with the hips one way and then the other. Or like some giant circles with the rib cage. I think that feels pretty good. Okay, let's do one more wherever you're at. Then we'll meet back in that tabletop position. Okay, so here we are, tabletop, nice long spine. We're gonna tuck the toes and lift knees just about an inch or two up off the ground. So we're really pressing into all 10 fingers, all 10 knuckles. Waking up the core, the arms, maybe a little bit of the legs. And then we'll drop the knees down to the mat, big toes come together, knees wide, send the hips back, extending child's pose. Forehead comes down to the mat. And then you can rock side to side a little bit here, getting into the hips. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right. Left hand comes on top of the right. So you should feel a nice opening in that left side body here. And then walking the hands back through center and over to the left, right hand on top of the leg. Breathe deep into that space here. One more breath. And then we'll walk the hands back to center. Make your way back up, but leave the legs how they are. So big toes stay together, knees out wide. And then we're going to shift the weight over into the left hand. Slowly begin to lift the right all the way up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, thread the needle. So right hand comes underneath the left arm, coming onto the outside of the right shoulder. If you'd like, you can press into your left hand, get yourself a little deeper into the stretch. Also, option to try for a bind here, lifting that left arm up to the sky, externally rotating it and reaching it around for the low back, or maybe the top of the right thigh. One more breath here. And then slowly begin to unravel if you're in that bind. Left hand plants down, right next to the face. Press yourself up, right arm high to the sky, and then right hand back down to the mat. All right, same thing other side, shifting the weight into the right hand. Left arm reaches up. Big inhale. Exhale, left arm underneath the right. So whatever you did on the other side, do it again on this side. So we stay nice and balanced. One more round of breath. And then we'll unravel. Right hand plants down. Lift yourself up. And then left arm back down to the mat. Okay? Walk the knees in. So coming back to that tabletop position, kind of. But now we're going to come into plank pose. So sending both legs out long. Option to be on the knees here in half plank if you like. So again, just getting into the core, the arms. And we're breathing here. No clenching. Okay, really active through the feet. So heels reaching back, ground reaches forward, hips drop down just a little bit. And then from here, we'll shift forward on the toes, hug the elbows into the side body, and nice and slow, lower all the way down to the mat. Flip onto the tops of the feet in the back, and then inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. So elbows are hugging in here. Exhale, lower down. Let's do two more just like that. So pressing into the tops of the feet, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Last time, press into the feet, inhale, elbows in, maybe lift the hands. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, press yourself up through plank, and then send the hips high, downward facing dog. So just pedaling it out here for a few rests. You know, bending one leg and then the other. Maybe rocking the hips side to side, just whatever you like to do in your first downward dog. And then we'll find some stillness in our down dogs. And come up onto the toes. Keep the spine nice and long, and then drop the heels down, close them out. Okay, let's do that two more times. So inhale on the toes. Exhale, drop the heels down. Inhale, toes. Spine is long. Exhale, heels down. All right, from here, make your way to the top of the mat. We'll be there in forward fold. So super generous bend in the knees here. Belly comes to the top of the thighs. All right, grab the elbows, rock side to side. Drop the crown of the head parallel to the earth here. Nice full conscious breathing. And then we'll release the hands down. And nice and slow begin to roll up. So head comes up last, shoulders roll back. Then we're here in our Tadasana pose. So take a look down at your feet, make sure that the inner arches are nice and parallel. We're about hips distance apart. If you are using blocks or block height equivalents, grab them towards the front of your space. Okay. And then standing up nice and tall, arms down by your sides. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms out wide as you fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. So chest forward, tail back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high. And exhale, hands to heart. And we're going to go through that again. So arms come down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, chest forward, tail back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart. All right, adding on from there, arms come down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step just the right foot back. Lower the back knee. Your choice if you want to flip onto the top of the foot or keep the toe tucked. And then if you'd like to use your blocks here, press yourself up. We're coming into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So we're just sinking down nice and deep into this right hip flexor. Again, option use those blocks to help you get a little deeper. Wherever you're at, we're keeping the hips nice and square. Finding a nice stack in this knee and ankle. And then hands will frame the foot. Maybe you reach for those blocks, straighten through that left leg, flex the toes up towards the sky. So nice long spine here. I like the blocks to help keep me from rounding a bunch. So the stretch can be pretty intense sometimes. So just breathing into the back of the leg. And then rolling through that left foot. Tuck the right toes in the back, lift the knee, and then the right foot rocks up to meet the left. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms high. Hands come together and we'll fold all the way back down. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat or blocks. Step the left foot back. Drop the back knee, your choice with the toes, and then when you're ready, lift up. Low lunge. So if your arms are up and overhead, dropping the shoulders down, away from the ears, thumbs draw back. If you'd like, you can spiral the pinkies in, see what that feels like. Again, sinking down nice and deep into this left hip, into the right knee. Again, remembering to breathe. And then hands will frame the foot. Maybe you reach for the blocks. Straighten through that right leg, flex the toes up towards the sky. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Couple more rounds of breath here. You can kind of move in and out if that feels better for you. Sometimes our hamstrings get to a point where they just stop. They just don't stretch anymore. So it's kind of nice to rock in and out. Let it know it's okay to relax. All right, slowly roll through that right foot. Tuck the toe, lift the knee. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms high. Hands come together and fold all the way back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step the right foot back. Option to drop that back knee or keep it lifted this time. Okay, again, maybe use your blocks to help you press up to high crescent lunge. Okay, so again, hips are square, we're sinking down nice and deep into that left knee. Drop the hips down just a little. Belly button hugging in. And then hands will frame the foot, maybe coming onto the blocks. And then we're gonna straighten through that left leg again. So maybe you drop the right heel down to the mat, maybe not, it's all good. Okay, so again, the blocks can help you keep a long spine here. Foot stays down on the mat this time. Couple more breaths. And then bending into that left knee. Hands frame the foot. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach. Gaze follows, hands come together and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat, step the left foot back. Your choice, back knee lowered or lifted, and then we'll press up, high crescent lunge. Okay, so nice and strong through that back leg. Heels pressing back, so this leg is nice and straight. I mean, you could bend into it for a little stability if you need. And then hands will reach for those blocks or the floor. Straighten through that right leg. So it's totally okay if your left heel doesn't quite touch the floor here. If you want to like spin it in a little bit so it does, that feels better for you, you can do that, but it's all right either way. One more breath here. And then bending into that right knee. Set the blocks off to the side, hands frame the foot, left foot meets the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, so sun salutations A now. Ready? Arms down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step the right foot back, step the left foot back to your plank pose, okay? So heels back, ground forward, hips are nice and level. We'll shift forward on the toes, hug the elbows in, lower all the way down to the mat. Flip onto the tops of the feet, inhale, baby cobra one time. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes. Press yourself up through plank and hips high, down, down. 3 big breaths here. Again, really emphasizing that exhale. Gotta get all that stale air out. One more breath. And then make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach. Hands come together, fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Left foot back, right foot back. Plank pose. So nice and strong in your plank pose. Shift forward on the toes, lower all the way down, or maybe just halfway down. And then inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. All right, so we're moving a little more. One more breath. And then make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale is your halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms high. Hands come together, fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat, step or hop back to your plank pose. Okay, and then your choice vinyasa here, so belly to cobra, chaturanga up dog, knees, chest, chin, whatever you're feeling. And then we'll all meet together in downward facing dog, hips nice and high. Ooh, looks like the sun's coming out over here. These sun salutations are working. Hey, gotta love that. All right, from here, make your way to the top of the mat, feet together. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. And inhale to your chair pose, so hips back, arms high. Take a look down at your knees, make sure you can see your toes. Okay, see if you can drop the hips a little lower here. Keep the chest nice and tall. Then we're gonna take a second here to lift the toes. Set them back down. Make sure you're not gripping. Deep breath in. Exhale, straighten the legs and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step or hop back to your plank pose. And then your choice vinyasa here. Maybe some chaturanga push-ups if you're feeling arm day. And then we'll all meet in downward facing dog. So when you arrive, hips nice and high, really pressing into all 10 fingers, all 10 knuckles. Drop the left heel down, lift the right leg up high. Turn the toes, bend the knees, stack the hip, open up. So keeping the weight evenly distributed through the hands, the shoulders. Sending your gaze back towards that left foot. We'll inhale, realign to a three-legged dog. Then exhale, hug that right knee into chest, nice and slow. And then plant it between the palms. Pivot your back foot 45 degrees and open up warrior two. All right, so we're sinking down nice and deep into this right knee. Hair's getting a little crazy, but oh well. So make sure you can see your right big toe. And really pressing down into the outside edge of that left foot in the back, okay? Arms are in one long line, shoulders drop down away from the ears. We'll flip that front palm, reach forward and up. Then exhale, sink down into that right knee. Right elbow comes to the right knee, left arm reaches up and overhead. So using your core here to stay nice and lifted. Option to play around with hovering the arm for a second, see what that feels like. And then we'll use the core to lift ourselves back up, warrior two. And then straighten through that right leg, left hip back, right hand forward. And down, extended triangle pose. So you can send the gaze up towards that left hand, or straight out in front, or down towards your right foot. Or option to close the eyes. See what that does for your balance. Maybe you start swaying in the wind. It's all good. All right, slowly we're gonna bend into that right knee, left arm comes back and down. Lift the left heel on the back and then coming into a twist. So right arm reaches high. Right hand back down to the mat. Right foot meets the left, downward facing dog. We're here for 3 breaths, so if you feel like shifting forward into plank and flowing through vinyasa, go for it. Otherwise, we're just hanging out here in down dog for a second. Working on keeping that spine nice and long, hips high. One more breath here. And then moving right onto the other side, drop the right heel down, lift the left leg up high. Turn the toes, bend the knees, stack the hip. Open up. So really pulling that left heel back towards your glutes here. All right, we'll inhale, realign to our 3-legged dog. Then exhale, hug that left knee into chest. Plant it between the palms. Pivot the back foot and open up. Warrior two. I'm gonna rotate this side so you guys don't have to stare at my butt. So again, checking that left knee, make sure you get to your toe. All good, hips are nice and open here towards the right side of the mat. Drop the shoulders down, away from the ears. And then flipping that front palm, reach forward and up. Exhale, sink down into that left knee. All right, left elbow, left knee, right arm reaches up and overhead. So keeping nice and active through the neck here. We just want to make sure we're not letting the head hang. Okay, option to play around with hovering that arm, working on the core. And then we'll use that core to lift ourselves back up, warrior two. Then straighten through that left leg, right hip back, left hand forward, and down to your extended triangle pose. So again, your choice with the neck here. Do your best to keep the side bodies nice and long here. Micro bend in that left knee. And then bending into that left knee, right arm comes back and down. Lift the right heel and open up for that twist. So right hand down, left arm high. Left hand back down to the mat. Left foot meets the right, downward facing dog. Again, option to vinyasa if you want to. And then we'll all meet in downward facing dog. So inhale onto the toes, keep the spine long. Exhale, drop the heels down. One more time, inhale toes. Exhale, heels down. Awesome, drop the knees down to the mat. Knees together, feet together, sit back, child's pose. Arms come back by your sides. Give the shoulders a little break here. One more round with breath. And then we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. So when you arrive, hips nice and high. We'll step, walk, or hop to the front edge of the mat. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, we're gonna move into some standing balancing poses from here. So shifting the weight over into the left foot, we'll slowly begin to lift the right. So maybe you start with the toe down on the ground. Eventually you will lift that leg high, arms reach up, and overhead. So really pressing into all four corners of that left leg, left foot. Deep breath in. Exhale, right leg back, warrior three. So you can reach the arms forward to kind of counterbalance the weight of that leg, or hands to heart center, airplane arms, whatever you're feeling here. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna drop that right foot down on the mat, coming into high lunge. Okay, deep breath in. Exhale, high lunge twist. So right hand forward, left hand back. Nice and open through the shoulders here. So revolved high lunge. Awesome. And then we'll inhale both arms high. Exhale, warrior two. So drop that right heel down. All right. From here, straighten through that left leg. Rotate the left toes parallel to the right. And then we're coming into wide leg forward fold. So hands come to the waist. Draw the elbows back. Chest forward, tail back as you fold forward. Hands come down to the mat. Maybe some blocks. We're just gonna hang out here for a few rounds. So shifting back and forth. That feels good. You can walk the hands behind you. Get the crown of the head a little closer to the floor. If headstand isn't your practice, this is a great time to play around. Or if you're working towards headstand, your forearms can come down to some blocks or block equivalent. We'll take 3 more breaths here. It's getting nice and deep into the back of the legs. And then we'll slowly walk the hands right underneath the face. Okay, inhale to a halfway lift. Hands come to the waist. Press into the feet. Lift up. Rotate those left toes back towards the front edge of the mat, coming into your warrior two. And then cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, coming into that twist once again. So right hand down, left arm high. And left hand back down to the mat. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms high. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, so same thing on the other side. So shifting the weight to the right foot, we'll lift the left, all the way up. Kind of helps if you find a spot to stare at, a drishti, a focal point. And then when you're ready, arms reach up and overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, left leg back, arms forward. Warrior three. So each side is gonna be a little different than the other. Not necessarily better or worse, just different. Okay, and then from here, dropping that left foot down, arms reach high, high crescent lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back, coming into your revolved high lunge. Okay, so nice and strong through that left leg. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, warrior two. Drop that left heel down. And then we'll straighten through that right leg, rotate the right toes parallel to the left, maybe even in just a little bit. So we're like kind of pigeon-toed, you know, now that we're warmed up, get a little deeper into the legs. So again, hands come to the waist. Option to do another arm variation if you want to like interlace fingers behind the back. I really like that. Okay, and then we'll slowly begin to fold. So whatever different arm variation you're in here, find your max and then find some sway. I learned this cool thing from a massage therapist once that if your muscles are hitting their max, hold it there for 6 seconds and then back out just a little bit for 2 seconds and then hold again, and you will be able to get a little bit deeper because our muscles kind of hit that max point and then they're like, no, they don't know that they're capable. They just are trying to protect us, which is great, but you know, sometimes you want a little more, right? And so just a couple more breaths here. Walk the hands right underneath the face. Hands come to the waist. And press into the feet, lift yourself up. You rotate those right toes back towards the front edge of the mat. Sink down into your warrior two. And then cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot. Lift that left heel and come into your twist. All right, right hand back down to the mat. Right foot meets the left, downward facing dog. One round of breath here. Awesome job. Inhale, right leg high. Bend the knees, stack the hip. And then we're coming into pigeon pose here. So straighten the leg, hug the right knee in. Place that right knee down behind the right wrist, right foot behind the left wrist. Drop that left knee down, walk the foot out. If you'd like, you can place a blanket or a block or something underneath your right sit bone. Okay, we'll start by sitting up nice and tall. Take a look back at your left foot. Make sure it's nice and long on the mat. And then we'll slowly walk ourselves forward. So keeping some awareness, some activity in that right foot. Okay, maybe the forehead comes down to the mat or to a block. And we're gonna be here for a minute, so just breathing. See if you can slow the breathing down here. Couple more breaths here. And then nice and slow begin to walk ourselves back up. All right, tuck the toe, lift the knee, maybe walk it up, and then shift the weight into your hands, press yourself back up, three-legged dog, and then downward facing dog. Same thing other side, left leg high, bend the knee, open up, and then hugging that left knee in, coming into pigeon pose on the other side. Okay, so it's okay if your leg is at more of like a 45-degree angle. That's going to be most of us. That's all right. Okay, so taking a look back, make sure that leg is nice and long, foot is flat. And then slowly folding forward. And one side might be a little tighter than the other. That's normal. It's been said that our hips tend to hold a lot of energy, maybe a lot of stress. So just breathing through it. Noticing those different sensations that arise in the body. Maybe the different thoughts that sort of intrude the mind. See if you can let those go. Try to just focus on this moment. And you might have to refocus every 10 seconds. That's okay. That's just how it's going to be some days. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Couple more rounds. Nice and slow, begin to come out. So walking yourself up, coming onto the hands, tuck the toe, lift the knee, and then press up, three-legged dog, downward facing dog. One round of breath here. And then we'll drop the knees down. Big toes come together, knees out wide, send the hips back, extend the child's pose. Forehead comes down to the mat. Okay, and if you want to get a little deeper into the shoulders here, you can bend at the elbow. Hands come to prayer pose over the top of the head, and then walk the elbows forward just a little bit. You can also intensify this stretch with some blocks. So putting the elbows up on blocks here, dropping the forehead down. So whichever pose feels best for you. Just finding that pose and breathing into it. The body will relax down. And you can be sort of intentional with it, you know, like each breath, where can you lengthen as you inhale and relax as you exhale. Just allowing gravity to do its thing. One more round of breath. And then from here, we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So hands come down on the mat. Shift your way forward. Maybe you got to adjust a little. It's all good. Okay, so Sphinx pose. Hands are, our forearms are firmly pressing down into the mat. They're parallel. Elbows are stacked right underneath the shoulders. Okay, we'll just start here. The tops of the feet are pressing down into the mat. Let's keep the neck nice and long here. So just gazing down at the front edge of your mat. We're not looking up necessarily. Okay, and then if you want to take this up a notch, you can press into the hands with the elbows up, come into seal pose. So whatever feels best for you here. This can be kind of intense in the back bend department. So Sphinx is just fine. Also option to come, you know, in and out, but it's nice to find some stillness. Just allowing the body to relax into the pose. After about 30 seconds in a pose, your body realizes it's going to be there for a moment. It begins to relax. With the help of the breath. It's definitely a mental thing, a little mind challenge, but with breath to help them connect. One more round of breath here. And then if you're in seal, slowly lower down back to Sphinx pose. And then from Sphinx pose, bring the hands together, elbows out, forehead down. Can bend the knees. Windshield wiper side to side. All right, and then we're just gonna make our way onto our backs. So real simple, just roll on over. All right, so here we are, hugging the knees up into chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Rock around side to side. And then coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet come together, knees open up wide. Gonna be here for a few minutes, so if you'd like, you can place some blocks underneath your knees. And we're just breathing here. You know, maybe at some point you can remove the blocks because the body has relaxed down. You don't need them anymore. So, this is a very relaxed pose. No need to like press the feet together or, just let everything be relaxed. Sometimes this pose can be a little bit intense. So just setting your breath, some relaxation to those areas. Couple more rounds of breath here. If you'd like to end today's practice in this pose, feel free. Otherwise, we'll use the hands to guide the knees back to center, nice and slow. Walk the feet out as wide as the mat, let the knees fall in together, just releasing through the low back. And then nice and slow, windshield wiper the legs from side to side. And eventually sitting the legs out long for our final Shavasana. So when you arrive here, I invite you to close the eyes. Return to that feeling of gravity. Noticing those different points of contact with the body against the floor. So the hands, the arms, the feet, the legs, everything just relax down. Allow yourself to surrender here. Relaxing everywhere. Relaxing through the skin of the face, the jaw, just allow the body a moment of stillness to just absorb our practice, this energy we've cultivated together. And a moment of silence here. Notice any thoughts or feelings that may arise. Notice the difference between those thoughts and feelings. Thoughts being generated from the mind, feelings from the body, from inside. Notice the difference between the two. We'll slowly begin to shift back into our bodies now. So envisioning that space around you, noticing any sounds, Starting to find some movement in the fingers and the toes. And then when you're ready, rolling on to your right side. Just pausing there for a moment. Just taking a moment of gratitude here for yourself. Taking the time to be with your mat, with yourself. And when you're ready, you can press yourself up into a seat, meeting me with hands at heart center and eyes closed, or a soft place. As we seal today's practice, thank you all so much for joining me. It is always such an honor, such a pleasure to guide you through your yoga journey, and I am so grateful to have you a part of mine. Namaste. Thank you everyone so much. Happy full moon. The vibes are high, but you know, that's all right. So good day for releasing. And let's see, I'm gonna unmute y'all if you wanna say.